Hello again, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Nerd Eye Council.
I don't care about no stupid podcast. Whatever. You know what I mean, White Wolf? Whatever. I don't care.
I'm just here for the free food. Why again?
We're back after a week's delay.
Yep.
Yes, we were off last week due to logistical nightmares.
Her name is Wita.
Empire had my lightsaber in the grip. She wouldn't let go.
And we were going to do part 2 of Conspiracy Theories, but we're going to have to hold off on that because there's too much Star Wars to talk about.
Yes, the days are counting down to the last trailer to come out, which Mark Hamill kind of floated out there, would be October 9th on Monday Night Football.
Did you know they made him pull it?
Yeah, they made him pull the tweet, yeah.
Aw.
He didn't say it was going to drop on this day. He's like, I'm just going to be watching Monday Night Football on October 9th just for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, I heard it was actually in response to somebody.
Yeah, somebody had asked,
When's the new
when's the
trailer
last
or
trailer
whatever?
coming out?
And his reply, on fucking awesome Mark Hamill style, is, well, watch Monday Night Football October 9th.
For no
particular
reason.
at all.
Exactly.
And I guess Disney was like, alright, we know you're Luke Skywalker, but you can't fucking do that.
Is that when the episode 7 trailer dropped? The second one?
It was like mid-October. It was right about the same time.
Yeah, we got food in the backyard.
Don't mind us, there is a huge...
There's a raftar in the backyard, or whatever the fuck.
There's a huge deer walking by
Like an 8 point.
walking by our window
Is it a
there.
buck?
Yeah, it's a buck. It's an 8 point.
Hang on, let me go get my 45.
I'll be right back.
Let me go get my Glock.
Get a
Right back after
DL,
these
DL44.
Let me go get my unlicensed DL44.
Yeah.
The cereal never scratched off of it.
Why is that turkey riding that deer?
What is Steve doing to that turkey?
Come here, Howard.
Come here, come
Hey,
here.
you got any diapers in there? He's pulling out feathers looking for a
There
diaper.
ain't no diaper in the turkey, Steve.
I'll make a pillow out of these.
That's like a good buck. Like an 8 pointer. Maybe
No firearms in the felon's house.
Alright.
So we
Oh, yeah.
get there's the trailer seemingly going to drop on October 9th. Why?
I don't know what to do. I don't want to watch this fucking trailer. I do, but I don't. I mean, you know I'm gonna watch it, but I might try to go. Like, I might try to not watch it. Like I was saying, you guys are gonna be talking about it, and I'm like, fuck it, I can't take it.
Yeah, because I figured we're going to do a breakdown of it.
I know.
That week.
I know.
And you got to know your shit.
It's gonna be good.
Things I do for work. I don't know, man. It's just October 9th, legit, like 2 months away. 2 months away. If there's something in that trailer that's big, a big, like, reveal, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't think they're gonna go the
think so
DC
either.
route where they're
No, we're not gonna see the whole fucking movie.
gonna like snow comes out. I'm your father. You're like, fuck this thing. Ah!
It's gonna be probably a lot of parts we already seen in the old trailer with like maybe 6 screenshots.
I don't know, man, because, you know, a lot of people complained about the last trailer, that it wasn't that good, that it didn't reveal anything, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of people online that don't like the trailer, the first one.
I'll
So
have
I
the
think
whole
they-
movie down by
Even
Monday.
if they show Luke fucking light up his saber, I don't want to. At this point, if I'm 2 months away, fuck that. I want to be sitting in the movie theater and not know it's coming, and all of a sudden, I don't want to like see him.
I don't think they will.
Even
Because
if
we're-
they see him, if I see him like in a different outfit, that will piss me off.
He's worried about
Because
it.
we've seen
Oh, he's got a few different outfits.
because we've seen Rogue One. We've seen the Rogue One trailers. They
Was
didn't. They didn't drop Vader.
No,
I mean, the big Vader scene.
No.
You just seen like the silhouette from behind, where you're just like,
no,
and
but
that's
you did,
it.
But that last trailer, you did see quite a bit of the battle.
not.
On the planet, you didn't. Really
No. I'm talking about the big Vader scene.
No, I know.
That one. I think they'll still go that route. Like if there's something big, they're not gonna put it on.
I think there's,
Especially as tight-lipped as they've been.
yeah, unless they've been waiting for this moment to
I don't think so.
to make a big reveal.
I don't think so, Jeremy. I don't think so.
I mean,
I hope you're right.
I mean, there might be one or two extra scenes that we may see, but I don't think they're going to reveal much else.
I might go this route. I might not watch it the first night. And I might listen to what you guys say about it. If you guys are like, it was alright. I mean, this was kind of cool. But
Well, with it being on Monday Night Football, that's the debut, so it's going to be on all the time then after that.
oh yeah, I'd have to fucking.
Well, so you won't have a problem since your phone doesn't want to work half the time
Right.
anyway.
I'll be sitting in my house at 0% at October
You'd be like,
9th at 9 o'clock. Channel the Force. No, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to let you guys watch it, and I'm going to go, what'd you think? And if you guys are like, oh my god, I will probably watch it right then and there.
Dude, you had an orgasm when the first one came out.
The
I didn't even
first
see the
trailer?
first trailer. And
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
did.
watch it. No, I didn't.
You watched it with us at work.
Oh, it might have been Rogue One trailer then. I don't know. One of them trailers I didn't watch right away either.
No, I loved the Rogue One trailer. That might have been what you were talking about.
Might have been that one.
And I think I said the same thing. I don't remember when they dropped the last Rogue One trailer. It was probably October, wasn't it?
I think so. I think they've been following the same.
But I remember saying I saw too much. I remember saying that about that trailer. Now, I didn't. I mean, I didn't see the big Vader scene. There were a lot of cool shit. I think you're right. I don't think they're going to give us a big fucking whoa. But, I mean, let's talk about this for a minute. The hype train for this movie is not what it was for The Force Awakens. There's some very good reasons for that. I mean, we're all psyched for sure. But I'm talking about, like, you know, the general public, people who are not Star Wars nerds. And I think the biggest explanation of that is in The Force Awakens, we didn't have Star Wars for years, and we didn't know if we were getting any more. So when Disney bought it, we saw the first couple trailers, we were like, holy shit. And the hype train was
In
intense.
full steam.
But I've heard a lot of people going, I don't know about this movie. Well, they haven't shown shit about this movie. They really have not hyped this movie at all, hardly. We got the one trailer that was, it wasn't the best, but it was Star Wars, it was good. But that's, I mean, we haven't gotten, even Force Friday was really downplayed, it seemed like,
It was.
compared to 2 years ago.
Force Friday had shit.
So no, I don't think they're gonna give us the big reveal, but I feel like there's 2 or 3 big reveals in this movie, at least 2. I mean, if you're talking about like Luke Skywalker using his lightsaber, is that a reveal? Well, yeah, to me it is. That he's still using a lightsaber. You know, we don't even know that.
Right.
But shit like, why is he wearing the crystal? I think we might find that out. I think we might find out something about, like...
But they're not going to delve into that in the trailer. I mean, the trailer's not going to be long enough to have some piece of dialogue saying something about the crystal.
Brief moment, dude, with him talking to Rey, and she's like, well, then why do you wear the red crystal, or something like that, and him explaining it in 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds.
Or you just see him holding the lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't even want to see that. I do not want to see his robotic hand holding that green lightsaber. I don't want to see that. We're too close. That's my...
Fine.
You don't even like the Jedi. Fuck you.
It's fine, dude. I'm just going to keep you guys company.
Oh my god.
My main dude died already.
We will kill you. You know that, right?
That's fine. You know what's going to happen? They're going to prove
He's
that
gonna be in this one.
Han Solo had another child.
Oh
And
god.
his name was Han Solo too.
Han Solo Jr.
And he takes over that spot and kills Adam
This is
Driver.
Han Solo Jr. This is Han Solo number 2. This is Han Solo number 3, 4, 5.
And he looks just like Harrison Ford from the 70s. And it just happens to be that he's the one that takes down everything.
We are going to talk a little bit of Han Solo today. But before we get into Star Wars talk, I found something on Collider that is from the DC universe that I wanted to bring up. Because I don't know if you guys heard this. And the only place I've heard it so far was on Collider, which is very credible most times. But Matt Reeves is supposedly going to direct Man of Steel 2.
Why even bother with another Superman?
They're making
movie?
it, dude. They're
Why?
making it regardless. But Collider was like, it might even be before the Batman.
The movie?
Now, I've heard Man of Steel was supposed to go into production pretty soon. I heard that a while back. Several months ago. But if that's true, then they're fucking. It sounds like they're just giving the Zack Snyder role over to Matt Reeves, which I really thought. What's his name? It's from the guy you can't pronounce his name. The guy from Avengers. What's his name?
Joss Whedon?
Yeah, Josh.
Joss Whedon.
Josh, I really thought he was kind of take over Zack Snyder's spot and take over the cinematic universe. But I don't know, man. If they're giving Matt Reeves Superman 2 and the Batman, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Man,
fuck
I-
you, DC.
Did you like Man of Steel? Did you see Man of Steel?
I liked it.
Yeah. It was alright.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have any complaints about it.
Yeah, it was alright. My son actually loves that movie. Finn likes that movie.
I
Did you see it?
don't give a dog shit
I know you
about
don't. But you
Superman.
saw it,
No,
right?
I never seen
You
it.
didn't see it?
I'd rather watch George Clooney's bat nipples
You really didn't see
than watch
it?
anything with. Yeah, I didn't see it.
It was alright.
I'm just getting tired of the Superman movies.
It was a very different Superman movie. It was. It was like, I don't know. I mean, you don't really even get to see this in Batman versus Superman, but he was very brooding, very kind of like the whole movie was like him trying to decide whether he wanted to be Superman or not. Like if human beings were worth saving, kind of.
Right, well, you know, he was always...
It wasn't your normal all-American Superman.
Right, you know, he was always taught to hide his powers, even as the tornado barreled down to suck up Kevin Costner.
That was funny.
I don't even really remember that.
I saw
Right,
that one.
yeah, there's
I
a
did.
tornado,
You didn't see
and
it?
they get out, and they're helping all the people who are stuck in their cars or whatever.
Going on underneath
And
the underpass.
right, and then Henry Cavill is there, and he's gonna go out and help his dad. His dad like hurt his leg or something, and Kevin Costner's like, "No, don't do it. Like, don't help me."
Shoeless Joe Jackson will help me.
And and then the tornado comes and sucks him up and kills him
So he let his own dad die?
And he landed in the
because
fields of
he was
Iowa.
gonna use his powers or whatever to go in and use his super speed or something, go help him, and Kevin Costner's like, no, don't use your powers.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie.
And after that
again.
movie, he landed in a cornfield in Iowa and became Whitney Houston's bodyguard.
The Kevin Costner connected universe.
And then he played Robin Hood somehow.
I've seen it like once in the theaters, so I don't really remember. But I remember they had it on at work one day upstairs, and I walked by and I stopped. And I remember when it was, all the bullshit people were like, "Oh my God, they killed all these innocent people." In the end, when they were fighting, and I don't remember coming out of the theater even thinking about that. I wasn't really even focused on that. But when I was upstairs that day, that end scene was on, and I was watching him and Zod fighting. And yeah, there's some major fucking destruction. I mean, skyscrapers are falling and shit. So, I mean, I get the argument, but I don't even remember the part you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like one of his, I think he was like flashing back or something like that. And because there was the one where he was a little kid, not a little kid, but he was younger, and the bus went off the road and it was starting to sink into the water, and he goes to the
remember
back
that.
and he like pulls up the bus, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And then the police came over and were like, "Well, your kid saved their life and everything," and so all this, and then he told him, you can't use your powers because people won't understand, blah blah blah. And then this other flashback
But
was
when you do use your powers, make sure you murder lots of people. Don't save me.
Yeah.
But when you use those powers, kill thousands.
Don't save me, the guy who fucking raised you.
Right.
You could kill that lady.
Right. So then, like, this tornado is barreling down. I think it was it was a 4-lane highway or something with a little overpass, and there's a woman and a dog that was like stuck in a truck, and everybody was scared, and they're like, "Oh, come on, let's get out, let's go to the underpass, let's go safe." And then like Kevin Costner either hurts his leg. Oh no, I think something flies out of the tornado and like hits him in the leg or something like that, and like cuts him, and he's like, "Ah." And
You made that sound too. Like,
this hurts.
If you build it, they won't come.
I got paid enough for this shit.
You paid enough.
And Henry Cavill's character, he's gonna go get his dad, and he puts up his hand like, no.
He uses the force.
Yeah.
He holds
Apparently,
he holds
because
him back with the force.
it's like,
Don't do
no.
it.
He's like, he shakes his head, don't. And he's just standing there like, why won't you let me do this? And then the tornado comes, sucks him out.
It was pretty
He's
funny.
gone.
Like,
You stupid bastard!
I was
That's a
just
weird
testing
part.
you fucker. And then he died. And then he says to his mom, I saved all these people, but I couldn't save him. And his dad always dies in Superman.
His dads die a lot in movies. You notice that?
Yeah.
It's never the mothers.
Well, yeah, unless you're Star Wars.
The only thing I remember about Man of Steel that I thought was like kind of cool was the way he flew. Like that took them 100 years to get it right, or 75 years or whatever to get it right, because the flying in that is pretty badass. Like when he first learns to fly and he fucking takes off like a rocket, like, and you can hear the sound.
Eventually, after he does
It takes like
a couple of those
yeah.
super hops,
Well, it
which
takes the whole movie.
Superman originally did,
Right.
was he leaped tall buildings in a single bound. He never flew, and then eventually they
Right.
wrote it to where he flew.
That was the only part in the movie I remember going, oh, that's badass. The rest of the movie was, eh. So I don't know. I guess we got to see what happens with Justice League before I can tell if I'm excited at all for Man of Steel 2. But so far, eh. But I do like Matt Reeves, so that's kind of interesting.
I don't.
I don't like nobody. Han Solo, that's it.
Han Solo's to play Superman. I don't even care. I'm gonna say, why here? I'm thinking of Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah. One more thing before we get into Star Wars talk. Because I want to tell you, I haven't told Nate yet. I haven't told Nate
It's
yet.
a long story.
It's not that long.
It's a long,
This
pointless story.
No, dude, it was fucking crazy. I'll tell you about this jungle spider, dude.
It was very long legs.
No, it was not, dude. It was fucking huge. So the other night, it's really nice out. I get off work, it's late at night, and so I'm like, I'm gonna go outside and sit down, and I might have, or might not have been under the influence of something, but I was outside, I got my headphones on, I'm just chilling, like, feeling all good, and I'm sitting next to this table, right? And I see, it's real dim, because the only light is this, like, little solar light sitting in the middle of the table, and I see this fucking, I thought it was a little spider at first, come out of the shadows, right? And he's crawling on the table, like, towards me. And when I look at him, dude, he's like 2.5 inches, like, with his legs spread out. I was like, whoa. And he just, I'm not afraid of bugs, that don't bother me or nothing. So I just watched him, like, go around the corner of the table, and I thought, oh, he's gone now. And all of a sudden, I saw him coming back. And so I was like, I'm going to get my leg away from the table a little bit. So I kind of scoot away a little bit.
And then he jumps at you. Ah!
He comes by me, and then he's turned around again, and he starts coming. He's like just crawling around the edge of the table, and I keep scooting my leg away. Well, he sees me he fucking sees me scoot my leg, and the spider like stops, like he's looking at my leg, and he like does this like I'm gonna kill you spider stance. And I was like, go away, I'm not freaked out yet, but I'm like, what the fuck is this spider doing, right? So he like takes off again. Pretty soon I see him coming back at me, and I'm like, I'm thinking if I see him coming at me again, I'm fucking moving. So he's coming at me again. I'm like, motherfucker, what is this spider doing? So he comes up to me, and I'm sitting like parallel to the corner of the table. And he comes up this way, and he gets about to where my chest is, and I'm like, alright, fuck it, I'm moving. And I go to move, and the fucker sees me, and he like stops. And he gets in like the scary spider pose. I'm like, what is this spider doing, man? And before I could do anything, the motherfucker jumps on me. Ah! Dude, I was 2 feet away from the table. He fucking leapt at me. And I saw him in midair. He was fucking... he was 3 inches big, I'm telling you. I jumped up with my bowl. My phone was on my lap. I'm like, ah! Look, a jungle spider! The fuck?
And that's when the Celine Dion music started playing.
I'm seriously, dude, I'm like doing this. My phone went flying. Everything went flying. And then I turn around and I see all the windows are open of my neighbors. I was just like, you fucking crazy spider! What did I ever do to you? I didn't even smash your brothers and sisters. I let you outside, you fuckers. I'm on your team. I couldn't believe it, dude. Then I was like, fuck that. I'm going inside. Total buzzkill. I walked in. Anyways, that was my jungle spider story. It scared the piss out of me.
He was smoking PCP.
It was some good shit, man. I know now the spider wasn't even there, but it was crazy. Crazy. Anyways, let's talk Star Wars. The big news we missed last week, because we weren't doing a podcast, they announced who's directing Episode 9.
Yay.
Wreck-It's favorite director, J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams, come on down. Well, the song wasn't going to go like that, but...
Very disappointed.
It's not bad.
I'm very
Besides
disappointed.
his nose looking like a penis, he's a pretty cool dude.
Very disappointed in this choice. Very.
It's not going to be bad.
I don't think it's going to be bad. J.J. Abrams doesn't make bad movies. But he doesn't make movies where you wrap shit up either. That's just not what he does. The only good news, I think, from this, and from my point of view, is I would assume now we're getting 10, 11, and 12.
From J.J. Abrams?
No. But
I don't think we're getting 10, 11, 12.
I just don't see how he's going to wrap everything up. I just, it's not in him. Plus, did I even tell you guys this? So he's writing it, right? That's what I heard.
Right.
But there's somebody else writing it with him. Sorry, too many cigarettes.
PCP's kicking in, nigga!
I got Spider Story.
That Spider Story got to. He's actually crying. It's alright, damn it.
No, the guy that's writing it with him is Chris Terrio. You guys recognize that name?
Chris?
Chris Terrio?
No.
Motherfucker wrote Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, shit.
God.
Yeah, thank you. On my team now?
Oh, boy.
I was like, what? Now, I don't know this guy's resume, other than I know he also co-wrote Argo, which was,
Okay.
but then again, I have to think Ben Affleck wrote most of that, but he got part of the credit.
He's the director of Nell.
I don't know what that one but yeah, I don't know.
You guys remember Nell, right?
I remember now.
I don't remember Nell.
I don't know if he directed Nell, but no.
What was Nell?
It was a really bad movie.
That Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
Was it like What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No, she...
I shouldn't even mentioned it.
Yeah, it was like she like speaks her own language, like nobody can understand her. It was like we in the war. What the fuck? And they bring somebody in to try to figure out how to talk to her and
It was a
figure
really
out why
bad
she.
movie.
It's been so long since I've
Yeah.
seen it. I don't remember what the plot
That
was.
was my
other than
sister's
that.
name, you know, Nell. I couldn't understand what the bitch was saying. So I killed her.
It was a really bad movie. It was like
Well, I'm
Helen
glad I
Keller
didn't see
mixed
it.
with like I don't know, Anne Frank or something.
There's a combination.
That's a combination.
Helen Keller and Anne Frank.
So you think it's a good... You like J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about it, Nate?
Well, I think we need to see how 8 goes, how it ends leading into 9, and then I think we would get a better gist of how 8 is going to lead into 9, and then because we're going to have more information hopefully come out in 8 that pertains to 9 too, and then how he's going to wrap it up if it is going to be wrapped up.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know if they were even going to do 10, 11, or 12, or if they're going to go backwards in time and start doing Old Republic or something. But with JJ directing 9, that kind of leads me to believe he'll probably leave something open, you know?
They should have put M. Night Shyamalan.
Right, because he's really good with endings too.
He's really
Those two should make a fucking movie together.
Yeah.
Though M. Night's last movie, Split,
Yeah.
actually is really good.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
Did you see it? Did you?
It's
Yeah,
always him
it's-
in the movie.
It's connected. You guys know the movie Unbreakable?
Yeah, I heard that.
They're connected.
I like that movie.
And they're in Unbreakable 2 is going to be coming out.
Was that a Shyamalan movie?
Yeah, they were both
Was it?
Shyamalan.
Yeah, I liked him in the beginning, man. I liked him when he was first starting out.
See, I wasn't a big Shyamalan fan either.
I kind of jumped off the train
Yeah,
after the ending of Signs.
I liked Signs.
I love
I
Signs.
just watched the movie.
I love that movie until the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Water? Really, motherfucker? If you were an alien and you looked at Earth, which is 70% water, and you knew that was your kryptonite, would you fucking show up?
They're like, yeah, I think we could do it.
Yeah, why
We'll
not?
have dry
Sure.
spots.
Yeah, there's not a drop of water on Mars, but
We'll
fuck
just-
that planet.
We'll park in the middle of the country.
Right.
We should be fine.
I just thought, that's so fucking gay. Although, wasn't it something about the very ending was, like, viruses killed them or something?
Water.
No, I mean it was war. You're thinking of War of the Worlds,
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
War of the Worlds.
where they got exposed.
That's a better idea.
They got exposed to the atmosphere to which we've had thousands upon thousands, millions of years of evolution that we've gotten used to the bacteria that's in plants and everything else, and they were susceptible to it. They hadn't grown to immune to it, so they ended up dying from stuff that we were immune from.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ending. Water is not.
Well, Shyamalan, Spielberg.
Yeah. They're close. They're
Yeah,
really
real
close.
neck and neck.
I mean, Indiana Jones and Signs. I mean, come on.
So did this one? What's it called? The one you just saw.
Split.
Split. Did it have a good ending? Decent ending?
Yeah, I mean it's set up for a sequel.
Is it?
Yeah, because if nobody knows the thing about Unbreakable, it's like
Great movie.
it's like Bruce Willis. Basically, he finds out that he's virtually indestructible. He gets into a train wreck and everybody dies except for him. He comes out with like no scars, no cuts, no anything.
Did you ever see that?
I've seen parts of it.
And
Tell me about it.
he comes to find out that he's got like super strength and like pretty much invulnerability. And on the opposite side of the scale, you got Samuel L. Jackson's character, whose bones are so brittle they're like glass. So he's got the nickname Glass,
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass,
Yeah.
and so he makes the connection about this evolution of
Comic book dealer. isn't
Well,
he?
he got into comic books because his mother gave him comic books. Like she left a present across the street and says, "Go ahead and go get it."
I love that movie.
You know, and he
He
got
tells
into
that
comics,
story
and then he
about-
has not a comic book. He's like a comic book, like art historian almost. Like he's got like framed stuff of like these different comic characters and everything. He's got like his own art museum. And this one scene with the guy's like, "Oh, I want to get that for my 5-year-old kid." And he turns and looks at her and he's like, "Get the hell out of my store.
Get the fuck out of my store."
He's like, "You ain't going to get this for no 5-year-old kid. What the hell's wrong with you?"
Do you know who I am?
I'm Mace Windu, bitch.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I used to own it.
But in Split, it's played by the pretty much the main character is played by James McAvoy, and he plays. His character has 23 different personalities.
Kind of like Steve. Hey man,
Mr. York.
And
Mr. Pepper.
And his performance in this is just fucking brilliant.
I like him.
I mean, it's just amazing. But then
Is Samuel Jackson in it?
No, but at the end they make reference
To Mr. Glass.
which makes that connection, because the basic theme, spoiler alert, the basic theme of this is that he's got 23 different personalities, and they keep hinting at a 24th that's about to come out that they call the Beast. And this one, finally comes out toward the end, and he's like, he gains like super speed. He's kind of animalistic almost. He can heal himself and all this stuff. And this psychiatrist who's been treating him posed the hypothesis: if one of your altered personalities believes in supernatural powers, do you get supernatural powers? Was basically the whole premise of this, because each personality has their own, like one personality could have diabetes, and your body reacts like you have diabetes, and then the next one could be claustrophobic. So that she posed a question, well, if one of your alters believes in supernatural, then do you then in turn get supernatural powers? And that's basically what this was. So he escapes, James McAvoy, he kidnaps these children, or not children, these young ladies.
Young ones.
Yeah, young ones. And basically, most of them die except for the one girl who basically you kind of find out is kind of like been abused by like her father's friend or brother or something like that. And she's got all these scars as the Beast is chasing her and all this stuff. She locks herself in this cage, and she's got a shotgun. She's like making her last stand. And he sees all these scars on her, and he's like, "Oh, you're just like me." He's like, we will be the ones to inherit the earth, or something like that. And then he runs away, and she gets saved and everything. And then he goes off, and he's talking to himself in the mirror, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to show the world just how great we are." And then it transitions from there into a diner, and you hear the talk about the suspects on the loose, no trace, blah, blah, blah. And you see, it goes past each one of the characters, and then at the end of the table, you see Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis is in the end scene. And this one girl's like, "Man, so like, isn't that like that one black guy that went crazy and went to prison? Well, what was his name?" And then Bruce Willis is like, "Mr. Glass."
Huh.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's right." And then you see Bruce Willis, he's just like looking at the TV screen like there's another superpowered person out there, and then boom, that was the end of it. And then Shyamalan comes out, I think shortly after this movie came out. It's like, yeah, they're connected. There's going to be an Unbreakable 2. There's also going to be, I think, a movie called Glass. And I think a lot of the people are returning. Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy. Like, a lot of this is coming back. So I'm like, alright, I can kind of dig that.
I always thought they should have done a sequel to that movie, because they left it open. I don't remember the ending, but the ending to Unbreakable
Yeah, I don't remember the ending either.
You throw John Travolta in there, you got a hit.
I haven't seen Travolta in anything in a
I
while.
don't know. I think Hairspray ruined it for his fat ass.
I mean, he was doing movies for a while, but
Yeah, that's what happens when you get into Scientology.
right.
Is he in Scientology?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was. I think the first one.
And he's a homo.
The first.
Just saying.
I just throwing it out there.
I didn't know he was part of Scientology.
Yeah, he was like the first big celebrity that they
Oh,
got,
that's sad.
and I think now it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Tom Cruise.
Tom fucking Cruise.
Who would have thought Top Gun and Danny Zuko was Scientology? Was scientists.
Scientist.
They would have been scientists. Who would have thought?
But yeah, yeah, those movies are badass.
Dude, Unbreakable sounds pretty good. I've seen part of it. And then...
I mean, we would have had, you know, if he didn't fuck up Avatar.
James Cameron?
No, the Last
worst-
Airbender, I should say.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
What, The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
I liked Airbender.
Fuck you.
I didn't like Avatar.
You seriously liked The Last Airbender?
It was...
The little kid with
Oh no, that little fucker with the Thanos. No, fuck him.
No, that movie was...
Yeah, that movie was gay. I
That's-
didn't see that movie. That was fucking stupid. I liked it.
Did you?
No, I never saw
You
it.
hey, you're entitled
I
to
never saw the movie, Jeremy. Leave me alone.
You're entitled to your opinion. I'll bash you for it, but
I like Titanic.
I love Titanic. Well, let's not even go there. We'll end up doing 2 hours on Titanic.
There's still plenty enough room for Jack. Unless Jack was not even...
We're not going there!
If Jack wasn't even real and it was part of her imagination.
My kid was really into The Last Airbender. And he was young, and when that movie came out, he was like, oh my god, they finally made a movie of it. So he was psyched, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good. M. Night Shyamalan's making it. I fell asleep in the theater. It was just fucking shit.
You know what movie I fell asleep in the theater to? The original Hulk. The Incredible Hulk. The one with the 2003 one when he was fighting these...
Oh,
The weird one?
Yeah, with the radioactive
That is
dogs.
that's a
I
pretty-
fell asleep, dude.
That's a pretty boring movie. In spots, it kind of just...
Yeah, what's the director's name?
The Asian guy.
Shit.
Woo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Woo-hoo
Some
movie
Woo.
sucked.
I think it's John Woo.
No, I don't think it was John
It
Woo.
was Jet Li.
Shit.
Maybe it was Bruce Lee. Or his brother Brock Lee.
What?
I don't fucking know. I don't like Chinese people.
I don't like veggies, so fuck
I don't
both of
like
them.
vegetables either.
But we don't like that guy.
Fuck North Korea. We all love you fucking North
God.
Koreans.
It's gonna bother me now. It was gonna be 12:30 at night, and I'll be like, "That's that fucker's name."
But yeah. JJ. I don't know, man.
I can see.
I think we'll have to see what 8 has in store for us.
I think it's weird. I think it's a weird decision based upon he said he didn't want to do it anymore. Like there was, I read a quote that he said it right after Force Awakens. They didn't have a director in place yet.
My question would be 2 parts. Was Colin
Kaepernick?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Colin
you know.
Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow. Is that who you're
No,
saying?
no. I was trying to think about Ryan Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Was Ryan Johnson even consulted, or even asked? And 2, did he turn it down?
I heard he
And
turned it down.
You hear he turned it down.
I heard he did get it, but he didn't want it.
Right, I heard. Now, he's top of his game right now, so he might have other things.
Yeah, he might have another project,
But it's a little weird because I thought about that too. It was, everybody was like, "Oh, he did such a great
He did a
job,"
good job, and
then he was
why
even-
not finish it?
When he was even at Celebration, just all smiles, like it was such a joy to work with these actors, and so for him to turn that down, something doesn't add up. I also heard that, and we can maybe talk about this for a minute. You know, are they going the right way with these directors? Is Disney making the right decisions? Because I also heard that the main problem was that Trevorrow that he had a couple of ideas, like about the way, like big ideas about the way 9 should play out.
Right.
Now, here's what's weird. We've been told that Disney doesn't really have a plan. That they don't really have an overall plan. They're just kind of going as they go.
They're still winging it.
Right. And they've been saying that now for a while. So, I heard in the beginning, like, oh, he was difficult to work with, this Trevorrow guy. And then I heard something about, well, he's a very, like, he's kind of like Nolan or anybody else. Like, hey, I have this vision. Let me do it. And basically, Lucasfilm was like, no, that's not what we're going to do. Now, who knows what the idea was.
Right.
Maybe it really was off the wall or whatever. But they pretty much did the same thing. We don't know. We've been told that it was like a fucking, the Han Solo movie.
But
We've been told that it was like
A mutual parting or something? Or?
Well, I read shit about like they turned it into it was going to be like Ace Ventura.
Right.
We don't know how true any of that is.
That's all true.
We don't know.
You picture Chewbacca talking out of his ass. Or Lando.
I don't know, man. That might be funny for a while.
That's stupid, Jeremy. That's really stupid.
But
Fuck you.
But, so if they don't, here's my question to you guys. Like, if they don't really have an overall idea of what they want to do, I mean, first of all, this kind of proves it right here. They wrote Force Awakens, made that movie, and then we were told when Rian Johnson got hired, he was writing 8 and 9.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure he wrote 8, directed that one, and then they said, oh no, we're bringing in this other guy not too long ago. And they were probably having problems with Trevorrow already.
Right.
We're bringing in this other guy that was somebody from Harry Potter's or something movies, and he's gonna rewrite it. So right there, that's only like 6 months ago or less. That shows me they still don't have a fucking idea of where they're going. Right. So if this guy was like, I have an idea, and Lucasfilm was like, no. I mean, look at the last 2 directors they hired. Ron Howard is safe. Played it safe. He's somebody that's gonna do what he's told.
J.J.
Abrams, safe. They didn't want to take a gamble on somebody like Trevorrow that had ideas. They said, no, we want somebody who's gonna fucking listen to us. Because J.J. listened to us the first time, we'll pay him money and do it that way.
You know what's sad is how Ron Howard's starting to look like his little brother, Clint Howard.
I thought he still looked like Opie.
No, he looks like his brother. The ugly bastard from The Water Boy.
Right. That's always, that, if I'm not mistaken, was always in movies that his brother directs.
Yeah, he was in Apollo 13.
So look for him to probably be in the Han Solo movie.
He'd be a perfect fucking alien without makeup. He's an ugly guy.
Yeah, well, Ron Howard's not he's never been a beauty
Ron
pageant
Howard's
winner.
not a George Clooney or anything.
Richie Cunningham's fucking ugly. Fuck. Fuck you, Opie. And your fucking apple pie. The Ant Beast. Man.
And we know from Rogue One that they brought in a guy at the very end to do the reshoots.
Yeah.
Because Gareth Edwards had made a movie that they thought was a little bit out there or something. It wasn't what... So it's kind of weird to me. If you guys don't know what you're doing, then
Like,
why are you micromanaging everything?
Like, we don't have a plan, but
You're not allowed to think about it
don't
either.
think outside the box.
Right. That doesn't make... Something doesn't make sense there.
It sounds like they don't even know what the hell they're doing with these characters.
It's like,
That's the main
we
thing.
don't know what we're doing, but we know what we're doing.
Kind of like how it is at work.
Like they have an idea, but they don't have a plan.
Just like work. We got an idea, but we don't know what the fuck the idea is.
I am noticing parallels here.
It is.
Watch tomorrow it'll be like Disney has bought a TA
Oh my
corporation.
god, dude. That would be awesome.
We're all gonna have to work with Mickey Mouse ears on.
Yeah, that doesn't mean our boss is a fucking princess. She's a fucking villain, bitch.
It was my idea for the mouse
It
ears,
was my
guys.
idea.
It was my idea.
Me and my husband thought about it. We made the sandwiches.
But no, it's a little bit alarming to me that they're not willing to let directors take chances on. Now, I'm not worried yet, but when we start doing these interesting Star Wars movies, like Old Republic,
Yeah.
or even Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, I can't wait, dude.
I want a director that has some sort of ideas, you know, not just a fucking, well, this is what we want, you make sure you make that movie. Because I look at George Lucas like, George Lucas knows the universe better than Disney does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's maybe why they're playing it safe and staying in this time period.
Why doesn't George Lucas just give him what he wants to do, and then they direct it, and they do it?
Dude, I heard people laughing about George Lucas directing 9, and I was like,
Dude,
why?
that's fucking
Why?
awesome, man.
Like, I'm all...
The man who created this universe,
Let him-
why not finish it?
Right. It made total sense to me.
You know, what the fuck is he doing nowadays? Like, seriously.
Especially...
Jerking off on Skywalker Ranch.
Especially since he would be under their control.
Dude, can you imagine that? J.J. Abrams and George Lucas working together?
Or if they did something
But
like
see,
that.
but see, I don't.
They probably
Now that I
just,
think about that,
they would
I
probably
think
argue.
George would have his way of how he would end it,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't go along with the studio. And since the studio's calling the shots now,
It'd be
it's
Jar
not
Jar
going to be him
Binks.
anymore.
Jar Jar Binks is...
I mean, if he still had the rights to it, then it'd be like, this is how it ends. So fuck you guys.
Fuck you, George.
But see, he sold the rights for several $1 billion.
That's probably why he wouldn't even consider doing it.
George Lucas raped my childhood.
George is the man.
I'm gonna steal some of this
Here,
rope.
yeah, bring it out here.
George Lucas is alright, even though his face looks like a wrinkled up white vagina.
There's things he fucked. There's things he fucked over in the prequels, but I still like the prequels.
The prequels were great if they would have kept fucking Qui-Gon alive.
Honestly, where the prequels go wrong is dialogue.
Dialogue was horrible.
Yeah, I mean it's not like.
go with you, Annie.
I don't like
And Jar
standing
Jar.
my vagina.
That was just a bad fucking
I hate
idea.
sand.
It's so good. It gets my boots.
Gets in my boots, it gets in my fucking perm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Darth Vader.
Oh, dude. The only way to make that worse.
Can you imagine like him telling that story as like Darth Vader?
Dude,
Like he's just sitting there with it. He's like,
It's everywhere in
I think that's why they put. That's probably why they put Luke on Tatooine with all that sand, because they knew Vader wouldn't find him. Because he don't like sand.
did I tell you about that time that I had sand in my boot?
How are they related to Shmi anyways, the aunt and uncle?
It's Anakin's.
Is that Owen is her brother?
No, that's the dude that she married. Remember she married?
Are they Skywalkers?
That's her brother. That's their brother. His brother.
What's their last name? They don't have Skywalker.
They're not Skywalkers at all.
So then,
Because when she married that one guy that's freed her, remember?
Shmi's brother.
Wait,
no,
who
it was
married who? What?
okay. Remember when she got attacked, or when she got set free, and then she got kidnapped, or
Oh, she did marry a guy.
She
That's
married
right.
that guy.
Slut.
yeah, she married that guy, and
Attack
it
of the
was
Clones.
his brother. Those were his brothers. So that was actually not even Anakin's real uncle.
Oh, okay. So he was from Tatooine.
Yeah, he was from Tatooine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. There's a whole clan of Skywalkers on Tatooine.
No, it's not like Harry and the Hendersons, where you know it's all these other Bigfoots floating around. It's like, well, there's more of them.
Look, Owen, I blew up the thing again. I'm not going easy on you.
Easy on you this time. Dude,
Um,
I don't know. I just want to know what. So Skywalker name would have had to come from her, right? It would have had to.
Yeah, from Shmi.
From Shmi.
But we still don't know where that name comes
I
from.
bet it's Captain Hook's sidekick. Remember him, Shmi? Shmi.
It was Shmi.
It was Shmi.
It was Shmi, I tell you, it was Shmi.
Who was it? It was Shmi. I did it. I raped a little boy in the sand. That's why I don't like sand. I don't know.
But the other news about this is that they pushed it back now. You didn't hear it? It's December now.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, so now they pushed it back to December.
December 19th.
So now we have to go a year and a half without Star Wars. Because we're gonna
Yeah.
get it. We're gonna get it in May.
Well, I mean,
I'm a little bit torn about. I mean, I like Star Wars in December. I really do. I like fuck Christmas. Star Wars is better in December. But it was kind of a cool idea that we were gonna get.
If it results in a better product,
We were gonna get 3 movies in a year and a half. We were gonna get Episode 8 in December, Han Solo in May.
But Colin Trevorrow just had to be a little bitch.
I'm playing JJ.
Don't blame JJ. Blame the guy who's playing Han Solo. Who's
Yeah.
playing Han Solo.
You might love that dude.
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna.
No.
Verdict's already out.
Okay, then if I like him, I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You fucking little fruitcake.
You heard it here first, folks. If he likes it, then he likes
I
Tobey
don't know.
Maguire.
I was on the fence about Wonder Woman.
You know, I was kind of laughing at work because we've been tortured by watching Spider-Man 2 over
Of
and
all the fucking movies we
over
have,
and I like
on
that
both-
movie. I like that movie,
We
but
have-
I'm tired of
we
it.
have two TVs at the place that we work that we sell, and it's kind of like a demo product or whatever. So we have 2 TVs, and I guess somebody had the genius idea
Somebody
to play
read Ralph.
both of them.
It must have been Lisa.
To play both of them Spider-Man 2. So both TVs are playing Spider-Man 2 for some reason.
Is
Yeah.
it really both of them?
Well,
Spider-Man
one of them is
No, both of them are Spider-Man 2.
one is the preview trailer or the
Oh
like
God!
the behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, one's the behind the scenes, but it's still Spider-Man 2.
Well, I had to laugh though. This is why I brought it up. I had to laugh, and
I swear, if I die and go to hell, I'm going right back to that fucking place, and that's where I'm going to be for eternity.
Imagine.
Ralph, when
Ra-
you're not busy, Ralph.
I need you to put in the pumps. Okay, Satan. Okay.
When you get a chance, come to my office.
For the next 10,000 years.
Oh, dude, what's not a good saying she does?
Just
to believe.
As soon as you get the pump clean, it's like instantly dirty.
It's
Ah!
And then the
Some demon goes over and pisses on it. It's like,
demon looks like the assistant manager.
No, you can't take your lunch with Jeremy. No, I had to laugh though because I've been fucking around with him at work going, dude, your favorite scene's about to come on, like when he walks by, and he's like, I fucking hate Tobey Maguire. But I've been complaining about it, like, somebody needs to fucking change this disc. I've been complaining about it all week. I come into work the other day, and I look at the TV, and now it's Despicable Me.
Oh, I hate that fuck. It's on there now? Oh, I've been out of work for
It is somebody that hates you, bro.
I'm going that bitch tomorrow. I'm going to fucking tear it down.
I was like, look at it. I'm like, oh, sweet, they changed it. And I was like, oh my god, it's Despicable Me. Ralph hates this movie too.
I hate that movie.
Somebody found your shit list of movies.
Right.
But I do have to say, since we're talking about it real briefly, the scene where he becomes Doc Ock, fucking brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's awesome. Sorry, Ralph. I know.
My favorite part is when Tobey Maguire is walking down the street.
Then he
Wearing all
starts doing
black.
it.
Oh,
He starts strutting.
Spider-Man
I'm
3.
singing in the rain. That one? No, you're talking about 3.
Yeah, he's talking about 3.
Yeah.
That
There's
is-
another scene in 2 kind of similar like that,
Is
though.
there?
Yeah, it's when he gives up being Spider-Man. He, like, decides not to be Spider-Man. And so he's just, like, walking down the sidewalk, and it's some sort of, like, I'm singing in the rain. It's not that, but it's something, like, really old, happy-go-lucky
Dude, I fucking
show tune or
hate
something. And
that
he's
movie.
kind of, like, walking down the sidewalk, like, oh, no more responsibilities. And then he walks past this alley, and there's this kid getting beat up, and he just stands there, like,
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I hate that movie. I hate the girl who played Mary Jane.
What?
I know, I like her. I know.
Are you
her.
fucking
I
kidding
hate
me?
Her. She is
Oh,
fucking
what the fuck is her name? Now this is
annoying bitch.
This is
Kirsten
gonna drive-
Dunst?
Kirsten Dunst. thank
Kristen
you.
Dumb bitch.
Are
I
you
hate
fucking
her. I
kidding
love
me?
her.
She was
I
like the
hate
best
her.
part.
No.
I mean, fucking eye candy. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
dude.
she's hot as fuck.
Give me James Franco over that bitch.
Oh my god. I don't even care, but James Franco's hot.
I'll give you Green Goblin.
I'll give you a gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Fuck Kristen.
So you know why they call him the Goblin, right? Steve just turned into fucking Ace Ventura.
That movie is.
Dude, that movie's so awkward to watch. I can get embarrassed just watching it by myself. I feel like
What?
all the Spider-Man movies, besides.
It's not that bad. It's really not. I'm telling you, the scene where he becomes Doc Ock is fucking gold.
I mean, and we go from Kirsten Dunst
Dumb, man.
to Emma Stone.
Bitch, I can't stand him.
You can't stand Emma Stone?
I like that.
Now fuck her.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nate's gonna lose his shit.
We get Kirsten Dunst hot, Emma Stone
I
hot,
don't think she's that hot.
And then-
Who's this new
and
girl?
then bleh?
Yeah, I
One
agree.
named person. What is she?
Zendaya? Really?
Yeah, Zelda. She's not bad.
Man.
I mean, we know she's not Mary Jane or anybody of the other characters, but still, a love interest? I mean, really?
See, I find it very hard to watch the first Amazing Spider-Man, the first one.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, for me that, and I saw it in the theaters, but that scene where I can't even talk about it. The scene where he like climbs in her window at night, and he's laying there, and he's like, he's just got in a fight or whatever, and he's got like half the Spider-Man suit on, and he's laying there, and his fucking shirt's off, and he's like. It's like, and you can see his chest, like, fucking, he's sweating, and she puts her hand on his chest, and she's like, it's like softcore porn, dude. I hate that scene. But no, I'm not a big Emma Stone fan. Just not. Kirsten Dunst, though. Hell yeah.
Kristen Dunst. Fucking crooked too.
Now,
I'm
she's
sorry,
not, she's not a good actress at
like-
all.
Like,
She's not attractive. at
Mary
all.
Jane.
God,
She is ugly. She is ugly. You put her and Sarah Jessica Parker together, you got my two worst ugly bitches. in Hollywood.
What?
I'd fuck the shit out of Sarah Jessica
Now, she's
Parker.
like a fucking horse. I hate Sarah Jessica
Have you
Parker.
ever seen? I know we're jumping all around, but have you ever seen Nicolas Cage? She was like 19 or 20.
8mm?
No, they get married in Vegas, honeymoon in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
It's a
Leave-
comedy.
leave it list? No.
Something Vegas. No, it wasn't the one where he dies
No.
as an alcoholic.
No.
He's in Vegas for something, and he ends up meeting.
500 miles from Graceland or something?
No, it's with Kurt
no.
Russell.
I thought he was in
It's
that.
actually a pretty funny movie, but she's in it, and she's like just starting out. She's like 19 or 20. Oh my god, she was fucking hot when she was young. She's still hot now, dude.
She's ugly as fuck. Give me Bette Miller any day.
I don't even know. I have no idea where that came from.
I don't know. I don't even care.
Bette Midler. Well,
I don't even care about fucking.
Anyways, Star
I'm gonna
Wars,
go live
Star
in the
Wars, Star
wilderness.
Wars. Yeah, they're pushing the movie back now, so.
Good for them.
So after we've gone the last 3 years now of getting at least one Star Wars movie a year, it's gonna be a year and a half.
Dude, we've been spoiled, man. That's
I
why.
know we have.
We
Absolutely.
went 15 years without a Star Wars movie.
well, we're gonna have Episode 8, and then Han Solo movies supposedly shortly after that,
It's not
sometime.
even a movie.
Unless they push that fucker back.
Push
it's
it back
true.
as far as they want. I don't give a fuck.
They might. I mean, they might.
I
still.
haven't heard a lot
I heard it wasn't getting released in 2025.
coming out of that.
Well, let's talk a little bit of Han Solo news. I did hear. You told me something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "What?" And I didn't necessarily believe
About
your
Darth Vader?
Yeah, I didn't necessarily believe your source. I don't know where your source was, but apparently it's all over the internet.
The RNN, the Ralph News Network.
Yeah, Ralph News Network. Break it. Han Solo comes back as a Force Ghost.
news.
Breaking news. Han Solo comes back as a Force Ghost.
And he's not wearing a diaper, sadly.
they do the whole Dallas thing where right he's Han Solo's in there showering. What's going on? I just had a bad dream that you died. No, I know. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rob was like, oh, yeah.
It was just a doing.
Get out my shower.
So yeah, there's reports. Yeah, I heard Collider talking about it today. Reports that something about I guess it came from something about they saw somebody on set because they're doing all the reshoots now,
Right.
wielding a lightsaber.
How
And
heavy are those things? They gotta wheel it.
wield it.
Wield it. They gotta wield it.
And something about that there was a cape, the person was wearing a cape. I don't know. It kind of seemed like a stretch to me, but 2 + 2 on the internet equals Darth Vader. So they're talking about Darth Vader might be in the Han Solo movie.
I'm telling you why. I know why. He fucking saved Chewie. He was a stormtrooper.
Well, now you're getting into, if this is true, we're just going to go under the idea that this is all true. Now you're getting into the idea of, are you going to fuck up the already made movies? Because Han Solo should not meet Darth Vader. That's a canon problem if he does. Because, I mean, you can play it off, you can do it, but
did he really say anything
Unless
about Darth?
Vader, like, force erases his mind, like, you never saw me. I never saw you. Alright, now go. Alright, I'm going.
That's exactly what he did, Nate.
um,
Why would Lando be so buddy-buddy with Darth Vader? Remember, Lando's the one that set up the meeting to get Han Solo captured.
well, because he's a bounty. He's a bounty hunter, or not a bounty
No, Lando was...
Lando was
not a bounty hunter. What is Han Solo? What do we call him? Not a scoundrel.
Smuggler?
A smuggler. He's a smuggler.
That's what Lando is, right?
Yeah. So he'll do anything for money, right? Smuggler is basically the Star Wars depiction of a drug dealer.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, I was like, don't say that about my boy.
Don't say that.
He gets on the
drug
Falcon.
dealer.
Like,
I
hey,
guarantee you.
hey, I got some shit for you.
I guarantee. Yeah, that fucking hole that they built in the ground was for spices.
Spices.
Oh, yeah. You want any death sticks?
'Cause that's-
You don't want to sell me any death sticks.
Well, that's the Death Star equivalent to, or the Death Star. The Star Wars equivalent to drugs is spices.
Spices.
I even heard him talking about it in that Bloodlines audiobook.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. What's spicy?
Well, in the Star Wars galaxy, like, there's a lot of spices that are illegal.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and we don't really know what these spices are, but
And they're alien spices. We're not talking about they outlawed
we're
oregano.
not talking about
because,
cinnamon.
You know, cinnamon because it'll give you closer to the Force or some shit.
Right, it's some. I imagine they probably get you high or something, but it's
Like Tatooine angel dust. Like, you know, it's like that's an outlawed spice.
That's why
Right.
Obi-Wan Kenobi was always fucked in the head.
it comes from a plant on Tatooine, and the seeds are the spice or something. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to explain any of it or not. But anyways, do you want to see Vader in it? That's my question.
Only if he's doped up on spice.
Do you want to see Vader in it, and how much Vader?
I want to see all of Vader.
And is this desperate?
I want to see him earn a lightsaber only. Only a lightsaber.
It's gonna feel out of place depending on what time period that Vader shows up in.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I mean, if
You got more than I do, though.
I just want a Marlboro. You want to trade?
Yeah, I'll trade it.
unless Vader is on the planet chasing a Jedi, and maybe he doesn't see Han, but he senses something, but he's like, and then Han gets away or something like that, or maybe they cross paths, but they don't.
Maybe there's a space scene, spaceship scene. Maybe it's like Han Solo trying to get away or whatever in the Millennium Falcon, and all of a sudden you see Vader's TIE Fighter.
I think Han Solo was
That
one
could be
of the
cool.
That could be.
first soldiers to be a stormtrooper that wasn't a clone.
Oh shit, we might get that. I mean, there is
It might be the first batch of real humans.
Okay, so what Ralph is talking about is in the old legends, the story behind Han Solo was that he was once a stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I never read the legends. Somebody told me that years
But
ago.
if they do that, that's going to make that canon.
That could be
Yeah,
canon.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So how do you feel about that? Should that be canon?
But would that be going the same thing as Finn and Poe?
I mean, it would kind of
And then
be
it'd be like, oh,
a
same
copy.
thing.
Well, kind of.
And maybe
because then
where
you're
the
putting
white deck
because then
came
you're
from.
putting Han Solo on the same level as Finn.
Oh God! Blasphemy.
See, I mean, you have Finn, who was a stormtrooper, but then he breaks away with it, and then if you have this Han Solo, who was a stormtrooper, then he breaks away with it. I mean,
Yeah, but Han Solo did it with more smooth.
it doesn't matter because then you're going to say Han Solo, you're going to put him in the same sentence as Finn now.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Vader. I want to see, if the movie is like, it's okay, but with Vader in it, if we get a kick-ass Vader scene like we did in Rogue One, and it makes the movie even better, okay, alright. But I don't want Vader talking to Han Solo.
No, because then that's going to fuck up the continuity.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It does. In my brain, it does. But, it doesn't necessarily because you don't ever see Vader and Han Solo talk until Empire, right?
Empire, right.
And is there, in the dialogue, does he say something about, like, is there any hint at, like, we once knew each other? Like,
No, like they barely even talk.
Right, it's very little.
Like, hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Haven't seen you in a while.
Don't take offense, but I gotta freeze you.
Hey man, what's up, man? Yeah, last time I saw you was on Tatooine 4. Oh yeah. I mean that was a bitch, wasn't it? I almost got you.
Yeah.
I almost got you.
That's who I'm with now. Your daughter. Hey.
I saw you make the Tesla run. Very impressive.
15,
My man.
My man.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was.
Yeah, but did Kylo Ren really know Finn before he became a traitor? No. It's not like they fucking talk to each other. It could be something like that.
I don't know. I'm
I
also
don't-
starting to think. Well, can you get burned on Vader?
No.
If they put him in, all right. So if they're gonna make the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, which is hinted at that they are, big hints. Don't you want to see Vader in that movie?
There should be.
I do. I do want to. If they're gonna, if it's like, well, we're gonna put him in the Han Solo movie, but we're not putting.
Yeah, but it's a
we're not putting
timeline.
him in the Obi-Wan movie. I would say that doesn't make any sense.
It's a timeline movie, though, for the enemy. All the enemies to these movies are the same person.
What do you
I
mean?
th-
Vader, like the enemy, Rogue One, who was, the main. Who were they trying to get the plans from? It was Vader.
I might be wrong. Go
So
ahead.
Bring Vader in as much as we can, I say.
I think we should get a Vader movie, and I'm not talking about an Anakin movie. I'm talking about a early Vader movie, like shortly after Episode 3, where he's just getting used to his armor, or his suit. There's still Jedi scattered throughout the enemy, so that you could see him battling these Jedi, and maybe the Jedi have because he's still getting used to his body and everything, but then as he gets used to it, then we start to see the badass Vader that we kind of saw in Rogue One, and he's hunting these, last Jedi down, and then we can have some Jedi on Sith battles at least, because we really don't get a lot of that. Not even in the original trilogy. And really not even in Rogue One.
See, that's why I say you can't get
Yeah, we
burned
don't have any
out.
Jedi.
Really?
You get burned out on Vader. You already got burned out of him on the 70s.
Yeah, but you know what, man?
James Earl Jones is not going to live forever!
I know, I agree. And I will say, I agree with you, Nate, that I would like to see that early Darth Vader. But I don't think you necessarily need a Darth Vader movie. I think you could do the Obi-Wan movie kind of in that vein. I think you could be like, Obi-Wan's the star, but the co-star is Darth Vader.
Yeah,
And you could be showing Obi-Wan's life right after all Order 66 and everything that happened. And you could be showing Vader's life. I mean, you could, almost half and half screen time. And then at some point they do meet.
Again?
I'm just saying, I mean, maybe they don't meet. But
They don't meet.
But you can show, I'm all for them meeting. Because it doesn't...
Before the Death Star scene?
But it doesn't fuck it up. It doesn't. Because...
So we meet again.
He says, because he says, when they're approaching the Death Star, Vader says, I haven't felt that presence in and then somebody
Muff talking had his finger in his butt.
somebody redirects his attention about something, and he doesn't finish his sentence.
I haven't thought the president.
But then when they meet, he's like, I've been waiting for this for a long time. So if they've met before, I think he would have said something like,
Okay, well,
this outcome will be different than the last time we met.
but 19,
or something like that.
19 was it 19 years past? Yes, because Luke's like 19 in episode 4.
Yeah, he's a little bit.
So from the time that they fight on Mustafar to the time that they see each other again in episode 4 is 19 years.
That's a long time.
So right, so if they see each other, let's say 2 years after Order 66, 2 years has passed,
Yeah.
and they have some sort of, maybe it's not even like a big epic duel, but they do see each other, they meet. You still have 17 years, Nate. 17 years pass before they get to have their main duel.
Okay, so then that wouldn't make sense. Because if Vader finds Obi-Wan, that's on Tatooine. Luke is on Tatooine.
No.
He can't sense him? Are you kidding me?
No, Vader's not coming to Tatooine.
He don't like.
So how does
seeing
he
that.
how does he run into Obi-Wan? Because Obi-Wan gets the kid, he goes directly to Tatooine.
But we don't know that he stayed there the whole time.
Why would he? No, because he was supposed to watch over him, and he was Yoda was going to teach him how to communicate with Qui-Gon.
Flip the table, Nate.
Dude, it's
see it.
it's
I can
it's
see it.
this easy. It's this simple. Some new character. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter at all. That is on Tatooine that he knows, right?
Javier Bardem. Some new character.
He goes to him, who is like a Church of the Force type. Or you could even bring fucking Lord. You can't. He's on.
Or you can even bring
Jakku.
someone
I'm
from
gonna
Rebels.
say that's a little too
But maybe
early
he's not
for
on
that.
Jakku yet. I don't know.
That'd be, of course, Lord Zantaka would still be really young.
Yeah, I'm saying you could have somebody on Tatooine. Yeah, you can have somebody from Rebels, maybe
Ahsoka.
maybe Ahsoka. Fuck, that's.
I would rather see a Vader Ahsoka battle.
They already did battle.
Well, let me make this point.
Well, I mean, to make it canon.
Oh yeah.
That's canon.
Rebels is canon.
Rebels is canon.
Well, they need to put it movie canon
movie
now.
canon.
That's how you kill Ahsoka.
But my point being about the Obi-Wan movie, you could have something fucking happens that draws Obi-Wan's attention. I have to go to this place. I have to. So he goes to Ahsoka or somebody else.
But he wouldn't leave Luke on the planet by himself.
After he gets permission from fucking Yoda, okay? He's talking to Yoda. He's like, "Hey, what do you want me to do? There's this thing going on, but I'm here with the kids." And Yoda's like, "You must address that issue."
It's like being
Right?
It's like being a teenager in babysitting.
So like,
There's a
yeah,
party
right.
Going on, but
There's
I
a
gotta-
party, Yoda. You're such a drag. I've been in my cave for 2 years.
You know what it's like the fuck what a Jawa.
God damn it, my dick's hard for I want to battle.
But you could have him go, "Hey, I gotta go away. I'll be back in just a few days. If not, then you have to take care of him." Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, throw his.
I would go along with that if like somebody takes his place. Like if Obi-Wan gets somebody to look after Luke.
Right.
Because that's not going to be Obi-Wan or just, I'll be back in a week. I'm going to take off here.
No, but I mean, if you know Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars at all, I mean, he's a military man. If there's some sort of thing that's going on, he's probably still in that mindset. He's not the old hermit yet. Right? He's not been in the cave for fucking 15 years.
No.
So he's kind of still got that Clone Wars mentality. If something is going on, and if him and Yoda are talking about it, Yoda's like, "Yeah, I think you should go." You're not alright with that? You're not okay with him leaving Tatooine at all?
No, because
No?
it's just.
Then I don't want... If the movie is just him
his
on Tatooine, I don't want the movie.
His responsibility is to Luke.
For now.
No, it's his responsibilities to Luke. He's not going to.
Dude, I'm all about canon, too. The only thing I am, like, okay, if they want to change canon, it better be something that makes me go, "Oh, that's fucking cool." Like Ahsoka showing up.
Or what about the Rebels? The Rebel TV show.
What about it?
Can they do any of that? Like, what's his name? Kenan?
Ezra?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they could keep Ezra around. Ezra's been to Tatooine.
If they introduced like Ezra or something.
Oh, you're okay with that.
How old would Ezra be?
Ezra would be, well, let's say 3 years. Okay, so this is 3 years after Order 66. Ezra is like 17 now, plus 17, I think.
Yeah, so he'd be old enough to keep an eye.
Well, let's say.
But this is before he gets Jedi training, though, right?
This would be after. Because he's a little kid, Ezra.
Oh, Ezra's got. I mean,
What do you?
I mean, at this point, we're about to start season 4 of Rebels. Ezra's still training under that blind dude. That's technically his master, but it's a little weird because Kanan. But technically, he's a better Jedi than Kanan. So,
did you know that Forrest Whitaker played Saw Gerrera in Rebels and Rogue One?
I didn't know that. They're bringing Saw Gerrera back for Rebels.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. But. So wait a minute. So you're okay if Ezra lives and Ezra's like,
Because it's just
Ezra's
not
20 years
It's
old.
not going to make any sense for Obi-Wan to leave Tatooine just because there's something over there and leave Luke completely unguarded. Because then people are going to say, well then, who's fucking guarding Luke?
Well,
It's his responsibility. There's nobody to guard Luke. You know, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are going to be, what?
It's gotta
middle
be,
to late 20s,
it's
probably?
It's got to be another Jedi that takes his place to watch Luke. I
You know,
agree. It's
Yoda?
No, I mean...
Yeah, but, I mean, think about it.
Well, Yoda's still alive.
Yoda's still alive. He's still young. He's not moved to Dagobah yet.
I don't want Yoda to leave. Well, didn't he go right to Dagobah? I thought he did in Episode 3.
I thought he
I
went
don't
to hiding, but he
think
didn't say
so.
where he was
I-
going.
he
I think he
went
said he was going to go into hiding.
And they show him getting in the pod.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't show him where he landed.
They didn't. Okay.
What if it's just... I mean, Obi-Wan is not watching Luke 24/7.
You can't... I don't think you can do that movie without him leaving the planet. What are you going to tell? What story are you going to tell? If you don't have something else going on.
That's if...
Vader sends bounty hunters.
But that would imply he knows Luke's alive.
Because remember that, isn't it in Rebels that there's a large Imperial presence on Tatooine? So maybe the Empire starts garrisoning surrounding areas on Tatooine. Maybe Vader kind of oversees it. No, he doesn't know anything, but like he's overseeing like the supplies being dropped there or setting up the garrisons there, you know, stuff like that, because the Imperials are there. And if Rebels is canon,
Rebels is canon.
then there's got to be an Imperial presence there.
Okay, but
Which would then further the need that Obi-Wan can't leave the planet.
I'm not saying leave him alone. Like it's got to be a Jedi to replace him.
That's sad.
Then
So
they'll have to introduce a new character as a Jedi
Either a new
that
Jedi
survived Order
Or
66.
Ahsoka.
Ezra.
Now, I would be okay with Ahsoka.
Or
If-
Ezra. Ahsoka or Ezra, nobody else?
I mean, another Jedi, maybe. I just don't know of any other Jedi that would jump off of the page that people would say, "Oh shit!" Besides Ahsoka or Ezra, you're not going to introduce Starkiller.
No. What if it's Lor Santeca? What if we find out in 8...
That he played a bigger role.
Right, that he, like Luke Skywalker, I mean, they hint at it, that he's friends with Luke Skywalker.
And he's friends with Han Solo. He knows all of them.
Right. They hint at that. So, what if Lor Santeca has a much bigger role? We just haven't seen it yet. And what if maybe he's the one that tells Obi-Wan about this thing that's going on. And so, he tells Lor Santeca, well, I have to go, but I can't leave him here by himself, unguarded. Lor Santeca's not a Jedi, but he is somebody who protects the Jedi and befriends the Jedi. You okay with that, or has it got to be a Jedi?
I think it's got to be a
I think
Jedi.
it's got to be somebody who's strong, if not
Somebody
stronger
who
than
might-
The
Obi-Wan.
son of Darth Vader, you're just going to leave in some some clergyman's hands. I mean,
Let's not start hating on the church.
That's basically what he is. He's a clergyman because this is long
What we
before.
know so far.
This is long before
Offerings.
he gives offerings.
He's just the guy that does the communion.
he gives
can't
out.
take care of-
He hands out the wafers and shit.
You shake your hand at the end of the service. That's the pastor.
He's the usher.
He's-
You can say,
He-
yeah.
he puts a collection plate out. No, okay. No, all right.
Instead of a lightsaber, he's got a collection plate on his hip.
Yeah.
I
Dong.
think now that we introduced Saw Gerrera in a movie, we should do Ezra in a movie now.
I would like to see Ezra survive Rebels.
He will.
I would like to see him because if he survives Rebels, then I'm going to champion. He better get a movie somehow. Be in a movie somewhere. Maybe not his own movie, but if he lives through Rebels, I want to see him in a movie.
Now I've got this idea. Let's say there's some conflict somewhere. Obi-Wan has to leave. The movie will follow Obi-Wan to wherever the fuck it is, Kashyyyk or something.
Kashyyyk? Chewie's planet? What's going on with Chewie's planet now?
Now Ralph's invested.
What's
wrong with the Wookiee?
What?
What's wrong with the Wookiee planet? They're all Bigfoots. They all help each other.
So he goes there or whatever, but he leaves somebody behind, somebody that he contacts but you never see. So all you see is this hooded figure, and you got the camera from behind. So now I'm getting cinematography now. So you see Obi-Wan like, you can handle this, right? And it doesn't say anything, just nods. It goes off. So then the movie follows him. Blah 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 blah. Then there's something that happens on Tatooine. Tusken Raiders, bounty hunter, whatever.
Right.
Let's just say that the bounty hunter, they get a hint at there's this kid here. And they move in on the kid, and all of a sudden this rogue figure just comes out and just slices this person in half, or this robot in half, or whatever. And then there's like some other Imperial things, and then just kind of boom, 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 back and forth, and just takes them all out. And then the hood comes off, and it's Ahsoka.
Or it's Darth Maul.
Or it's Darth Maul. I'm like, what?
Dead.
Still not dead. 14
Not that,
legs.
suckers.
14 legs and no arms.
That would be cool, though.
That would be a really awesome scene.
Right.
You know, and then there could be this moment, you know, he looks at the kid or whatever, and she smiles, because maybe she knows that it's Anakin's
Right.
son, so there's that connection there, like, I am going to protect you
That's her master's child.
to where I
Right.
couldn't do anything for your father, blah,
You
blah,
might
blah.
have hit something with that Ahsoka. That might be the way to introduce Ahsoka.
And then Ahsoka died.
And that way,
Judge, and then that, I mean, Disney could kind of judge, like, if the internet goes crazy over it.
I think
okay?
the internet would go
I think they
fucking
would,
yeah,
nuts.
dude.
But I mean, I you know, there's no talk about her doing a movie yet.
Yeah.
Which is a little surprising to me.
Right, I mean,
But we're not that far into the Obi-Wan movie either. We don't know if he's going to be...
that would be the perfect movie to introduce her.
The only thing we got from the Obi-Wan
Or how
movie-
about Ezra and Ahsoka? They already know each other.
And Force Ghost Qui-Gon.
They know each other from...
Qui-Gon said, go on, get him!
You remember the lethal weapon form.
No, not that form!
Now let us introduce you.
I mean, they already know each other from Rebels. So, I mean, maybe... Hey, I don't trust anyone but the both of you. Okay.
Depends on where they're going with Ezra, though. If
Right,
he comes to
if
be-
he-
But then, would you then introduce Ghost Squadron?
My honest opinion is that Ezra's gonna die. He's not gonna live through Rebels. I hope he lives through it, but I don't think he will.
Give me Darth Raven any day.
They're getting there. Slowly but
Revan.
surely.
Revan, that would be an awesome movie.
Dude, can you imagine?
When we're all like 75, they're gonna announce it.
Right.
You bastards!
J.J. Abrams is like dead.
What? Do you have some precognition that?
Well, if we're on the 70s, J.J. Abrams probably in his late 30s or 40s. It's probably as old as Jeremy.
Yeah, I think it's probably around my age, 40 something.
Let's go on to
Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about?
Ezra and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
We're
Jinn.
talking about
we were talking
overkill
about-
of Vader.
Well, we were talking about Vader, right?
Right.
That I asked Finn this. Is it possible to burn us out on Vader? Is it
No.
even possible?
Mhm.
You got to think about this though.
Can he burn us out on Batman?
With the wrong choices, I think.
Well, with the wrong actors. We're not
the
really
wrong
good
movies.
actors.
So if you throw three more,
Were you burned out with George Clooney and Val Kilmer?
I seriously was.
You were burned out on Batman.
I seriously was.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I seriously.
Unless they put nipples on.
I mean, I
Buzz
love
Lightyear.
Batman, but I was like, I'll stick to the comics if this is what they've done to him. Because you know what? They weren't really doing reboots. Dark Knight, that trilogy was one of the first reboots.
I mean, I highly doubt we're going to get a Vader with nipples.
Like, serious reboot, anyway.
you picture a Vader suit with nipples.
That's funny. I just did picture it. But you gotta think about how little we see Darth Vader. Ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Even in Rogue One.
Even in the original trilogy.
Mhm.
In the original trilogy, he's there, he's gone. He's there, he's gone.
I think he still has a lot of mystery behind him.
Yeah, I mean that's part of what makes Vader so fucking epic is when you do see him on screen, you're like, whoa. You don't even really focus on anything else. And I think part of that is because they have used him. George Lucas used him so well, periodically. You know, you get the scene with him choking the fucking the Imperial guy. You can't scare us with your hokey, badass scene. He chokes him, scene's over. And then you don't see Vader again for another 20, 30 minutes.
Well, not even that, but like you want to know like his life, like how does he eat, how does he shower, how does he shit,
Yeah, I want to know
wanna
that
know
shit too. I do too.
where does he sleep at?
But
I mean,
if you give me Vader, let's say 2, 3, 5 minutes of Vader in every fucking spin-off movie you guys that they're doing.
And in between this time, there's bound to be more interactions with the Emperor that we haven't even seen, because they can't have gone this entire time and they barely talk to each other. He's basically Palpatine's right-hand man,
and he knows that Luke and Leia is alive, obviously.
and so maybe Vader kind of gets a little full of himself, and then Palpatine has to put him in his place.
Sit
You
down,
know?
bitch.
Right.
Go to your room and don't come out till after dinner.
You're not my father.
my father now. You don't know that.
Yeah, I fucked your mom.
You want?
It's not true.
I could be your father. Everybody had a piece of your mother.
Guess who fucked your mother? Who? Shmi.
Shmi. Too soon.
Oh, too soon for you. Go quiet with us, anything, bitch. Yeah.
Suddenly our Emperor is turning into the
He's a robot
Robot
chicken
chicken
emperor.
emperor.
Yo, mama.
Don't be such a crybaby.
Quit being a bitch.
You keep this up, I will go get Jar Jar. I'm sure he'd love to see you again.
Padme this, Padme that.
Do we know? Did they ever really tell us like when he finds out he's got kids? They don't ever really.
I don't think they ever really reveal that.
But he knows, though, right?
Well, obviously he does know by 2,
The
because he
last-
says, "Hey, I'm your father."
Right. But the last time I watched A New Hope, which wasn't that long ago because I watched Rogue One and then watched A New Hope, I was watching the scenes with Vader and Leia, and it does not at all seem like he knows.
No.
That she is her
Right. I mean, she obviously doesn't know, but it doesn't seem like he knows either. Which is a little weird, because you'd think you would pick that up.
Maybe she's not a...
Maybe...
Because at the end of 3, he doesn't know. All he knows is that Padme died.
Right.
So all he knows is that the children died too, because she was pregnant when he.
Mhm.
So if she died,
Choke fucker.
why would they put him in hiding then? If they didn't... If that's the case, then they could just be chilling out on the fucking Death Star. Like little fucking...
Well, together they would have caused a huge ripple in the Force,
Well...
which is why they were separated, so that it would not be such a glaring. I think it was more hiding him from the Emperor, not Anakin. I think it was more hiding from the Emperor, because the Emperor would see them as
a threat.
a threat to his power if they were allowed.
Yeah, you gotta
to grow
understand.
up.
You gotta understand though, when 3 ends, Anakin doesn't know shit about what happens.
No, he doesn't.
Imagine Darth Vader changing
So-
diapers.
So,
You fucking
so he doesn't know anything about her dying.
Shit gets in the respirator.
you old bastard.
I gotta clean this. Oh my god, it smells.
Emperor, help me. I'm gonna throw up. There's nowhere to throw up in here.
Oh, you hear your oh, it's all
Oh,
inside.
it's in my man. Oh, it's in my tubes.
He's like, I hate sand and dirty diapers.
Oh,
No,
fuck
they-
you, Luke. Oh, you little bitch. Fuck you. This is the Emperor be like, I told you we couldn't. Just got rid of him.
Jason pisses in his beard. Oh, it's in my
Out
mouth.
of my mouth. Oh, you little fucker.
It
Oh.
electrocutes him too. Ah!
So what I'm getting at is they could essentially tell the story in the Obi-Wan movie if they want to.
Right.
They could tell somehow. He could figure out he has kids in the Obi-Wan movie, but then again, but then is that playing with canon? Because when we see him in A New Hope, he doesn't really look like he knows. But my point is, he's Vader. He ought to know. He ought to know. When he's standing there talking to her, he ought to sense such a strong Force presence in her, and she's not a Force user, that he ought to go, "What the fuck is that?"
Right. Like there's some plot holes there that just
Right.
doesn't make any sense. If he's supposed to be one of the most powerful Sith, obviously besides
Who
Palpatine.
knows?
And
What's
A
the
New Hope?
probability of Ben and Beru and fucking Gail Organa, or whatever the fuck his name is, having just a bunch of little babies out of nowhere? He knows.
Bail Organa be fucking.
Yeah, who are you fucking, Bale? Who fucks a guy named Bale? The last name Organa. Stupid last name. You know what I mean, White Emperor. White Emperor? Oh, it's just the Emperor died.
I think it's just all full of shit, man.
Yeah.
We need to see Obi-Wan by himself without babysitting Luke.
Yeah.
What's the Obi-Wan movie gonna be about then? Just him sitting in a cave?
I don't know.
watching-
They haven't released any details.
They released the
Anything.
figure, which looks pretty badass. It looks just like the old man, though.
Oh yeah, the
We were
action
just talking
figure.
about that.
Yeah, I wanted you to talk about that.
Oh, it looks fucking sick.
Ralph sent me this picture on our phones of. Where did you get it from?
I don't know. It was on the internet.
It was
There's
on
a
the
new
internet?
figure coming out, like a hot toy or something.
Of the Obi-Wan Kenobi action figure that looked badass. Because to me it looked like Alec Guinness,
Mm-hmm.
except the face looked like
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
See, I
Don't
thought
you
the
think?
face even looked like the old man.
Except he didn't have all white hair.
No, he had the
Like it
reddish
was
brown.
It was like, but part of it was gray, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, he was getting
Like it was
old.
going gray.
But he still had rebel gear on him. Like he had the...
Yeah, what was really badass was the action figure. He's carrying a backpack,
Mm-hmm.
and on the action figure on the back, he's carrying around his Clone Wars armor. The Clone Wars armor, the white armor. Like he knows I might have to go into battle, and I'm taking this with me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where'd all that shit go? You know?
I would imagine he's still got it. Like the lightsabers and everything.
The lightsabers.
It's in that trunk.
It was that
That
lightsaber.
magical trunk.
The lightsabers was sweet. He had Anakin's and he had Qui-Gon's.
Yeah. I think
So where'd Qui-Gon's lightsaber go to?
well, my opinion is Luke used it.
Luke? When?
My opinion is Luke's second lightsaber
No.
is
Luke made
Qui-Gon's crystal. And Qui-Gon's doesn't look anything like Luke's.
Mm-mm.
But it looks a lot like Obi-Wan's. So I'm thinking like Obi-Wan had spare parts or whatever. He like grabbed the spare parts. I mean, it would all make sense by the time episode 6 is out. he knows where Ben lived. So he can go back to that cave and go through his belongings and stuff. And he finds Qui-Gon's crystal and like some spare parts that Obi-Wan had for his lightsaber.
Just hanging up in the garage.
And
Like
I think
your
that's
dad's
where
tool- like your
I
dad's
think
tool shop, you got extra lightsaber parts.
and we
on
don't
the
have any
wall.
other green lightsabers in the movies other than Qui-Gon's. It's got to be Qui-Gon's crystal. It's got to be. Or
They
Yoda,
never
didn't Yoda
really-
have a green?
Yeah.
Or it could be-
Yeah, but Yoda lost his, remember? During the battle with Palpatine.
Yeah, but we know that means nothing now. Losing a lightsaber is very,
Well, he would have.
very easily fixed, Nate, in this universe.
He would have busted
Yeah.
it out. People like, my lightsaber's not that big, but it can still hold you.
But Yoda's was smaller, no pun intended. Does that affect? Does he have like a little crystal? Size matters not. Do not judge me. Anyways, I was kind of talking to Finn about the whole Darth Vader thing. About can we get burnt on Darth Vader? And Finn's like, he agrees with you guys. Like, no, you can't. You can't give me enough Darth Vader. Now I say that changes when James Earl Jones dies.
Yeah, which is why we need as much Vader as possible.
Because as soon as that old black motherfucker dies,
I don't want to hear. Once he's dead, I don't want to hear anyone imitating the voice.
No.
there'll be a lot of imitation.
I mean, not just the regular. I don't want to hear it in the movie.
You don't want to hear Ving Rhames.
Right. I don't want to hear fucking.
Doing
I want to
it.
hear Tracy, or what's his name, Morgan Freeman.
Tracy Morgan.
I almost said Tracy Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah,
Bitch, you know who I am.
He'd be cool too. Morgan Freeman being Darth Vader.
I
You
can
picture
see
that?
that. He's giving himself a monologue. And it's like,
And,
I walked up to the chore. And I sliced that bitch down. And I sliced. And I just couldn't help myself.
was there, an innocent man.
And I thought
He
to
saw it all
myself,
happen.
and I thought to myself, that's got to be the whitest son of a bitch I've ever seen.
It's not a bad Morgan Freeman. We're kind of dude. Not bad.
I'll pay to see Morgan Freeman. Darth Vader.
Mel Gibson as the voice.
Oh God!
Fuck you, man!
He goes on a
movie.
He goes on an anti-Semitic
Dude, he racist
rant.
motherfucker.
He's like,
Why is all
The
the Death
Jew.
Troopers black?
he's like, the Jews brought this upon themselves. We're like, what?
Why is all the Death Troopers black?
Death to Israel. What? What is Israel?
I made.
Is that a planet?
I made Jesus what he is today.
Passion of the Christ. Fucking weirdo.
Kanye West as the voice.
Oh God.
Vader. I'm Darth Yeezy.
That's easy, bitches.
Darth Vader 2.0 in the house.
You ought to know. Stupid. I want to see Forrest Gump play Darth Vader.
That's pretty much all I had written down.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
I was just playing about the whole N-word thing. I didn't mean it. I was just reproducing Mel Gibson.
I was channeling Mel Gibson there.
Channeling Mel Gibson.
I'm sorry,
Force
guys.
Ghost. Mel Gibson.
Mel
R.I.P.
Gibson's first
What
ghost.
was the movie you were saying not too long ago that he was maybe gonna do a superhero movie?
Oh God. No, he was doing Daddy's Home.
No, I know, but I remember you talking about some news story a little while ago about Mel Gibson possibly directing. It was a superhero movie.
Oh,
And we were all like, "What the
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ 2. Jesus got off the cross. No, you're all in big trouble. That'd be a
don't
horrible movie.
don't cross Jesus.
Don't cross with Mel.
Well, the one Christian listener we had, he's gone now. Come back!
Oh no. Let's see.
I know.
I know.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was though.
Yeah, give me a second. I know I
I
wrote it
can't believe
down.
they're still giving that guy a chance.
Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
He's alright.
I mean, I don't have any personal vendetta against him, but
I hate him, though. He reminds me of my dad.
does he?
Yeah.
I just see it a little bit, I guess.
Just look at the trailer of Daddy's Home.
Cockiness wise.
Cocky attitude. Like, yeah, fuck you. I'm better than you.
Got daddy issues. Fuck you, Dad.
Back here.
If I was a girl, I'd be a whore.
Look what you did to Samantha.
Look what you did to my sister.
Give me this.
Your sister's a whore because of you, Dad.
She said she can master the backward cowgirl. Whatever the fuck that is.
Well, at least she's doing something with her life, Ralph.
Oh, fuck you.
That's totally a your dad comment.
Right.
Well, whatever. At least she's doing something with her life, Ralph. What are you doing? What are you doing living with all those hillbillies?
Hillbillies of
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it now. He was being eyed to direct Suicide Squad 2.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
That's what it was.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Awesomely pathetic.
Hey, what? Did they ever figure out who's going to be the actor for the fucking
Joker movie?
the Joker movie?
No.
No, I don't think they.
I heard it
think
was
they're.
going to be that guy Rorschach from fucking Watchmen.
Really?
I don't even know that guy's name.
I don't either.
He played the Freddy Krueger movie.
Oh, he did. That's right. He was. He was Freddy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rorschach in the movie.
Oh, the new Freddy.
Yeah, I think that we should all just quit our jobs and become professional podcasters.
Now, somebody did a trailer that I shared on YouTube. I can't remember who did it, but they did a Justice League versus Monsters. So they did like the different characters from the Justice League against Freddy, Jason,
Oh, yeah.
Mike Myers, I think somebody else or whatever. But the way they cut it was Batman would go against Freddy Krueger. Like you see, there's like the one scene where like Freddy's kind of like crawling on the ground, like trying to get away from something, and then you see Batman just come out of the shadows. Is like looks like he's chasing him. So he's like scared of Batman or whatever, and you have like Superman against Jason or something like that. The way they cut it together, I was like, holy shit.
I actually heard just recently, a couple nights ago, they're making another Halloween movie.
Yeah, and
She's coming back.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee
is in
Curtis.
And I thought, I'm not real big on those movies, but I thought for sure she died.
She did die.
She did, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she died like in the last
Halloween H2O or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Which,
Halloween Resurrection 2.
stop it.
Yeah, that's one thing that needs to fucking stop. Is
Those movies-
fucking a horror Halloween style rehashings or sequels.
They've been doing it since the 80s, man. They're still doing it.
I mean,
they did.
They
They
did
rebooted.
It. They did it. I mean, it's not. I mean,
Yeah, it's.
And
huge
they're
right now, but-
they've already announced a sequel.
Yeah, I heard it. Well, if you guys, did you ever see the miniseries?
The TV show
Yeah.
or whatever. No.
Well,
I didn't even know they had a TV show. I know the movie, but I never knew they had a TV show.
Well, it was a mini series. It was like only like 4 or 5 parts.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they were all like, maybe it was only like 4 parts. It was like an hour long. So with TV and commercials and everything, they were like 45 minutes or whatever. But anyways, in that, and then in the book, they're kids in the first part, and then they're grown ups.
well, that's how the movie in the 1990 is.
Huh?
That's how the 1990 movie is.
Right. That's what I'm talking. Well, that's the movie I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
on TV though. It wasn't a movie.
Um,
It wasn't released in the theaters.
Really?
Mm-mm. It was just on TV.
That was a TV.
You guys don't remember like TV movies, like you know what I mean? Like they used to do
Like
that.
made for
3
TV movies.
but that was a TV series.
Yeah, it was like there were like 3 or 4 episodes. I was seeing 5, but maybe it was only 3 or 4.
So wait, the movie that came out in 1990.
It was on TV. It was on
The Tim
AB.
Curry version?
That was on ABC.
Was it TV?
Mhm.
Are you
Movie?
sure it wasn't
Positive.
like a movie that was
Positive.
like
It was never.
that came out in the 90s and the TV, and then they ran the movie during the day?
No, they didn't. This is the first time it's ever been in the
In
movie.
an actual movie theater. Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
So, but in the book and in the miniseries, the kids were kids in the beginning, and then they were grown-ups, and the clown's fucking with them.
yeah.
So, I already talked to somebody that went and saw it and said the movie was badass, and they were like, there's definitely a second one, and I'm like, really? And then they said, he's like, well, they had to. It was a dude from Verizon.
Oh,
He's like, they had to, and I'm like, why? What do you mean? And he's like, well, I don't want to spoil it for him. I'm like, no, don't spoil it for me. He's like,
spoil the fuck out of it.
well, he's like,
bro.
you know how they were kids? And I instantly went, oh, they divided it in two halves.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That is kind of cool, actually. So the sequel actually makes me want to see it a little bit more.
What happened to the little boy that went into the sewer? You said that he got it bad. What happened to him?
You love spoilers.
I love.
You do.
I've been trying to watch it at home, but
Alright, so in the miniseries, because I have not seen the movie, this was like 10 minutes into. I've told you guys this before. I did not like clowns for a long time. This movie came out, and my mom was like, "Oh my god, that looks so scary. You gotta watch that with me." And I was like, "No, I was like 10 years old. I'm like, "No, that looks scary."
right.
I remember the commercial, crystal clear. Like all they showed you in the commercial was like, they'd always show you some scene, and they'd show you just at the very end of the commercial, Pennywise smiling with his teeth in your eye. And I was like, oh fuck no. Anyways, my mom forced me to sit down and watch that shit with her because she wouldn't watch it by herself. 10 minutes into the movie, this is the way it opens. So it's the scene, and I heard a lot of it is very much like the book.
I was gonna say, I think this one starts off that way too.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And in the beginning of the miniseries one also, the kids got the little boat I think his brother made for him or something, and he's watching it float down towards the drain, and he's all like loving it, and it goes in the drain, he's like, no! And he goes and he's like, oh. And what he does in the miniseries is he puts his hand in there, and he's just like trying to get it or whatever, and they show his hands like barely missing it. And then he takes his hand out, and when he takes his hand out, there's Pennywise. And he's like, ah. And then he's like, I'm not gonna hurt you. He's like, here. And he like picks up his boat, and the kid's like, then he starts smiling, and he's about to hand it to him, and when he goes to hand it to him, Pennywise grabs his fucking arm and bites his fucking arm off.
That's awesome.
And the kid's like, ah! And then he fucking grabs him by his raincoat and drags him into the sewer.
So would they ever figure him out as like a demon?
And he just fucking...
Yeah.
They didn't show it in the miniseries, but you hear him like shred.
Yeah, the way it's explained to me is that Pennywise, it's not an actual clown, but it is the creature that feeds off the fears of these kids. So if you're afraid of clowns, he'll take the form of a clown. If you're afraid of Steve, he'll take the form of Steve.
Oh, God.
You know?
Steve in clown makeup.
Oh,
That's scary.
And, the rat, I have a balloon for you guys.
Oh, fuck that.
You know, Ralph. I won't bite.
But yeah, he's a demon.
Yeah, it's a demon that just takes different forms.
I'll bring this up since we're talking about it. I didn't know this till recently. I just saw this thing when it came out. People were talking about it in the book, and I remember the book was huge and it was very popular, which is why it became a TV series. All Stephen King's books back then were hugely popular. Yeah. This was before the internet, so people still read huge books. But
those things with words,
right? But in the book. And it never made it to the miniseries, and it's not in the movie either. And Stephen King, just to show you how fucked up Stephen King is. In the book, it's these kids, and they're called the Loser Club or whatever,
yeah,
something like that. And they fuck each other.
Really?
Yeah, there's one of them that's like older, and he's like swears a lot, and he's kind of like the leader or whatever. Well, he ends up fucking one of the kids, and then they end up like doing it several times.
No, I think that was one of the scenes that was kept out of the movie.
Yeah, they didn't put it in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's in the book. And they do it. It's like they do it several times because they're the losers, and they think that this is like going to help us stay close or whatever.
It's always worked for me.
Right, and you want to keep your friends around, you stick your dick in their ass.
Me and
That's
my
what you do.
uncle are really close. All the movies we made
But-
really helped us.
That's pretty fucked up if you ask me. Little kids fucking, that's Dude, that was the 80s when he wrote that shit.
Yeah, now it'd be like child pornography, and it'd be really bad.
Yeah, that's why I didn't make the movie.
Get that shit out of here. I ain't got time for little kids. I wanna...
But, yeah, we haven't seen a movie in a long time, man. We're definitely overdue. I know, November.
November is, definitely going to be.
Can't wait till November, bro.
Ragnarok and Justice League.
Yeah.
And maybe there seems like there was something else in November, too, that I don't remember. But, if not October, we'll be back in the theaters in November. Priming ourselves for December. So, next week we might, it's not the anniversary, is it? We have our 1 year anniversary, peeps.
2 weeks.
Yay, we're doing a giveaway again. This time we will give it away.
William flies, I promise.
It really is.
Just,
might win.
just anyone named James cannot enter the drawing, the giveaway.
We ain't got time for that shit.
So yeah, we're doing a couple weeks from now. We're doing something for the anniversary for a year of doing this shit. But next week maybe we'll go back to the conspiracy talk.
Yes, unless something else breaks
Yeah, unless something crazy
during the week or whatever.
And then the following week it's Monday night when that drops, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks
I'm
would
sure
be.
we'll be doing trailer talk.
Yeah, for the
These guys will.
Next time
episode
I
8
order-
trailer.
Next time I order a
These
pizza,
two will be talking about it. I'll be putting my earmuffs on.
Next time I order a pizza, I'm gonna order 66. Just saying.
Just saying. You know what you want,
you see what I did there?
How many pizzas you want? I'm gonna order 66.
Until next time.
Or do we want to do the Michigan Minute?
Oh yeah, hey, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that. We have a reoccurring
There you
theme
go.
now.
We're playing Purdue!
Fucking Nate Dogg went to the game, didn't take us with him.
Well, I would, but I was in Torm.
Well, then that shit was a long game. Nate went to the game, saw Michigan kick some Air Force ass.
It could have been better.
Could have been war.
It,
Could have been worse, that's right.
yeah, it could have
They
been
have
worse.
not, I'm
But
telling you, the missing piece right now is the quarterback. He just has not. I'm not hating on the guy yet, but he has not found a groove. He's not.
yeah, he
We got good receivers.
he gets into the red zone and he becomes inaccurate.
I've
He's
noticed that.
missed a couple of wide open targets where he's thrown it a little too far. I also noticed last week as well that we're not really utilizing the tight end a lot. Last year, we getting 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, or whatever. Give it to Jake Butt.
Yeah. Do you think
Boom.
that's play calling, or you think that's just not the quarterback's not looking at the tight end?
I think it might be a little bit of play calling, and it might be a little bit of the not, Zach Gentry is not, I guess, on the same level as obviously Jake Butt.
No.
But you gotta utilize him. You got a 6 foot. I think he's like 6'7" or 6'8". Tight end who was a quarterback when he came out, and then they converted him to a tight end.
He was a quarterback?
Yeah, he was a quarterback coming out of Texas.
That tall?
Zach Gentry, yeah.
Wow.
He was like 6'7", 6'8" quarterback.
Wow.
We're like, oh shit, like that's gonna be a badass quarterback. But then they converted him to tight end because they kept getting all these other badass quarterbacks.
Uh-huh.
So they're like, yeah, we can use it as a tight end. Well, okay, I guess so.
Yeah, I have noticed we've had some troubles in the red zone, which is a little alarming. That's one of those kind of like hidden key stats. If you can't score touchdowns when you get down there, I've seen teams that can drive the ball. When they get inside that like 15-yard line, it's like it stops for some reason, and I hope that's not. We're gonna shake it off, but I am a little bit.
And Tariq Black is out for the season now.
What happened to him?
He broke his foot.
You're kidding me.
No.
Lucky bastard.
That was my favorite guy, new guy.
Because he's black.
So Donovan Peoples-Jones has got to step up in the passing game now.
Yeah, man, we need.
And everybody else needs to step up. I mean, Kakoa Crawford, he's got some great catches this year, but he needs to, step it up. Speed's got to take some more shots downfield. That was one thing he did not do a lot of last week was take shots down the field. Even when Air Force played man press coverage with a single high safety shading one side of the field, you got to send one of your wide receivers on a go route. Just go downfield and just chuck that shit.
Well, you gotta stretch. You do gotta stretch the defense out sometimes. Or else they're gonna play man to man all the time.
Because most of the time the safety would shade over to Tariq Black when he was on the field, which would leave your other receiver, on one-on-one coverage.
Who's that little halfback that we got that's really quick?
Probably Chris Evans.
Number 2?
2.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
No, the quick one is Chris Evans, and then there's also Ty Isaac and Karan Higdon.
So we have a few running backs, but he's the smallest of the bunch. But he's quick.
Probably
he scored a
Chris
touchdown
Evans?
he scored a touchdown. This is the point I'm going to make. Last week he scored a touchdown on a sweep or something around the end. And he's really quick at getting on the outside.
It's probably Chris Evans be the running back. Now, I know Peoples-Jones also took a sweep, and he took about 40, 45 yards, but he didn't score a touchdown.
Oh, man, I didn't see the game. I only got to see highlights, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was Peoples-Jones that took a sweep
and
and took about 40, 45 yards, but he didn't score a touchdown on it.
But I think we need to run more sweeps, I mean, if we got a couple of guys that can get to the outside quick, it's not usually our running style. We don't run a whole lot of sweeps.
I want to see Peoples-Jones stretch the field. I want to see them stretch the field with him. I want him to go on a go route, and he's a go up and get it wide receiver. So just throw it up to him. Let him go get it.
Right.
Let him out-muscle the corner, and get the ball. Try to stretch that defense out, so then that opens up your running game.
What's that backup's name?
John O'Corn.
O'Corn. What a terrible name that is. Can of corn. Dude, I really liked what I saw him briefly, and I'm not saying it's time for change yet, but if Speak doesn't start getting some accuracy, doesn't start, hitting the receiver when he's open. I've seen him miss wide open receivers.
Yep.
And that O'Corn dude came in for one drive. Put points on the board. First pass he threw down the field, and it was a shot. It was laid it right in the breadbasket. And this is a kid that's his first Michigan pass ever. There's some butterflies going on. I'm going back to the Florida game, and he just made a perfect throw. They ended up driving down the field and getting a field goal out of it, and then they brought Speak back in. I'm not saying it's time for a change yet, but if I was Harbaugh...
But if he continues to be inaccurate, then it might be time to change.
Yeah.
I'm
just not...
They're going to give him every opportunity to try to correct his mistakes. And the defense has been keeping him in these games.
Yeah, defense looks good.
But...
I'm a little worried about this week. I'll be honest.
Purdue.
I'm a little bit worried about this week because Michigan has had a tendency in years past to look past teams to the coming big game. We got Michigan State in 2 weeks, so we're at. It's kind of the perfect storm brewing for an upset. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we're at Purdue. Purdue's been playing on fire the past couple games, and we got State in the next week. So
State's playing Notre Dame tomorrow. So
that's right.
We should see.
That's right, because it's the doubleheader, and it's going to be on Fox. So it's going to be Michigan and Purdue at 4.
Way.
Yes, and then Michigan State, Notre Dame right after it.
Awesome.
On
It's a
Fox.
hot weekend.
Awesome.
Go Michigan.
That's awesome, dude.
I got a hot on to think about it. No, I don't. I ripped my pants.
Now it's gone.
It's gone now.
It was there.
I thought Steve. Oh, I know.
I gotta tell you guys the story Julie told me this week about this fucking creepy guy. But let's do our.
Oh, I
let's,
remember.
let's do
that.
our
Alright, so
Michigan.
predictions.
More hair sex.
You want to start, Nate? Since you've been very accurate, we're gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, I didn't get to do a prediction last week. I was going to do a Facebook Live thing, but my phone was actually running really slow at the stadium for some reason. And I wasn't able to do a Facebook Live thing from the stadium.
100,000 people on their cell phones. That has to probably
It
cost
probably had something to do with it. I'm going to say it's probably going to be, this is the Big Ten, so it's probably going to be a little closer. I will go 31-17.
Is this our first Big Ten game?
Yeah, this is the first Big Ten
okay.
game.
I'm gonna say a lot closer. I say we win in a fucking nail biter. I'm gonna say 31-27. Michigan. I'm gonna say we're down in the fourth quarter too.
I say 32-18.
With 1 point off of Nate.
I say 45-52. Big game.
Who's gonna win?
I don't know. You guys figure
Oh,
it out.
fuck you.
Say Michigan.
45-52. That's a lot of offense.
Yeah.
That is a lot of offense. That's a lot of bad defense, too.
Yeah.
That means Michigan's defense was doing horribly.
I just hate Purdue.
I kind of like Purdue, but I just love the trains. I'm a train fan.
I ran a train once.
I like running trains. I'm a fan of trains. I love the fact that they're the Boilermakers. It's kind of cool. Plus
Okay.
they have kind of cool helmets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gay. It's cool. Are we allowed to say gay? Is that politically correct? Gay.
So gay.
It's so gay. I mean, I'm happy for the Boilermakers. You got trains.
And then next week, Michigan State.
And then Michigan State.
At
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Ooh.
No, it's home.
It's at home?
It's home.
Ooh, that
They go
was-
at Purdue, then they come back home against Michigan State.
Oh, Nick told
I'm
me
gonna
that
watch
was
that game in my underwear.
good.
Yeah, I think that is it.
I think you're right, because we beat them at Michigan State last year, didn't we?
I believe so. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna watch that.
Last
game.
time we played them at home was the infamous kick.
Mhm.
Oh God. Oh my
I
God.
know.
That fucking.
I
kid.
lost 2 years of my life that day. I wasn't even watching the game. I was watching it like moment to moment highlights on
Yeah.
my phone.
Mm.
Which was the fucking worst way to watch that game.
No, the worst way to watch it is watching it live.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember I was at my parents' house, and it was the night game. And we were like, I'm like, all right, less than 10 seconds, we got this. We just got to punt it away, and that's it.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, the ball's loose! I'm like,
Shell shock.
I'm just watching, and I'm like, no, he's not going to run at me. No. Oh my God, he just fucking scored.
That was
Fuck it, I'm going home.
That was the day Mendy got her first black eye.
That was the game. Shut up!
This was my dinner!
We're having green beans.
Fuck the color green!
Fuck green!
Nate's flipping tables. I hate green beans!
Where's that dog of mine? Go kick it! All right.
So yeah, that's our Michigan Minute, and we'll see you guys next week if everything goes well, and we'll have probably some conspiracy theory part 2 for you.
If we're still around the end of the woods tomorrow.
Oh yeah, the end of the world is happening tomorrow after the Michigan game. It better be after the Michigan game.
I hope it's during the Notre Dame game.
That would make sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
Jesus comes back and he's like, "I'm not a fan."
It's like, we got you painted everywhere. Touchdown, Jesus!
He's like, "Go blue."
And Notre Dame goes to kick the field goal, and the ball is up, and wait a minute.
Oh,
Some guy knocks it out of the air. Wait, that's Jesus Christ. That's Jesus, everybody.
he's back from the dead.
And he just blocked the field goal.
You don't get to pick my team for me. All right, guys.
See you later.
But I'm black.